coming to the interview. When and how did you start your Bak Mei training?
Well, in 1958, I moved to Hong Kong, and it so happened Master Wong had a school there as one of the 2 or 3 legitimate Bak Mei schools in the whole Kowloon in Hong Kong. And I learned from him, and in the early 60s. And I was lucky enough to be exposed to Grandmaster Chen's youngest son, Chen Bing Fua. And for a while I was trained by both. And then I left Hong Kong on a fellowship to the US in '66, but I still keep on training until now. In 1972, Master Wong wanted me to start teaching. That began my teaching career in Bak Mei Kung Fu.
When and why did you come to the United States?
Well, the first time I was on a fellowship, as I mentioned earlier, by the Chinese University of Hong Kong, and pursued my higher education at SIU, or Southern Illinois University in Covington. I earned my MA and PhD at that institution and graduated in 1971 with the doctorate. I went to Singapore and teaching at the University of Singapore for the next 6 years. Came back in 1977 and been settled down in Chattanooga, Tennessee ever since.
Why have you waited so long to introduce Bak Mei to the general public?
Well, and the reason why I open up to the public is that after Grandmaster Chen's death in the early 60s, there's so many confusion concerning the Bak Mei development and legitimate status of practitioners. So I'm using this occasion to clarify 2 issues. Number one, Bak Mei Shaolin is a Chan Buddhist origin. Second one is that so many people have no access to Chinese Bak Mei training, but they claim they were trained by the ghost for Grandmaster Chen in the 1980s. So I feel obligated to the public to open up so that people know where to look for the real Chinese Kung Fu rather than victimized by those people who appear what they're not.
What's the origin of Bak Mei?
Well, around the late 16th century, there was internal Shaolin conflict, and it involved different Shaolin branches. Bak Mei was one of them. And Bak Mei originally is known as Wong Mei Shaolin, as one of the 5 modern Shaolin branches. It's named Bak Mei after the founder, an old man with a silver hair, silver eyebrow. That's why I call Bak Mei. The name changed from Wong Mei Shaolin to Bak Mei only in the modern time. After the communist China was established, Grandmaster Chen Ai-chuan came to Hong Kong. He converted the name from Wong Mei Shaolin to Bak Mei Shaolin, because Bak Mei is well known in the storybook. Of course, there have been very confusing way. In the storybook, he was pictured either as a Taoist and also as a monk. But by the very fact that Grandmaster Chen's teacher was a monk, so it's a very, very serious truth that Bak Mei system came from Chan Buddhism. And after Grandmaster Chen or through Grandmaster Chen, the Bak Mei system have evolved and developed into very many branches. And the major two branches actually come from Grandmaster Chen's two children. And the lineage in this situation is that I got it from his youngest son, Chen Bin-Fa, and Master Yin over there. And one thing I'd like to mention, when Grandmaster Chen was alive, students have to be authorized to teach. But after his death, suddenly we see so many schools claiming to be the direct descendant from him. But you can ask them, do those guys have the authorization in writing from the teachers? If not, it's a self-claim to be descendant.
What's the philosophy of Bak Mei?
Well, the philosophy of Bak Mei, it covers a very large area. So we like to touch the basic points. And Bak Mei system from the Chan Buddhism nurtures the respect for life. So as a branch of martial art in China, especially from Shaolin, we respect life and also nurture methods to help people live long and healthy. On the other hand, if you want to live long negatively and people want to take your life away, shorten your life because you know something to defend yourself. That's the emphasis of martial art training. So the Bak Mei approach, on the whole, is that very laid back. If you don't move, you don't move. You strike, they strike. However, there's a motive. We always advise students back off from violence. It's not that the student not well trained, but as schools of discipline expect students to exercise tolerance, because as a well-trained group, it's not fair to raise your hand against somebody inferior to you. Now, concerning the source of martial art, we encourage students to generate what we call the power of tremor, like an earthquake. Earthquake is the action of the whole earth. Now, probably human being, it's your life when you feel threatened, and your whole body mobilizes, like a piece of dynamite go up, with a directed energy focus in a certain direction. So it's not ordinary type of stay show. It has to link to life. So the power from the life. We call it power of tremor, like a vibration in the whole universe. So as expression of the kind of force, when people touch you, they will fly in the air, or fall onto the ground, or go sideways. Before they know it, when they touch you, they're gone. It's not an ordinary type of Kung Fu training. Because ordinary type of Kung Fu training, we talk about one attack, one counter. So we call it the first fundamental type of Kung Fu training, one attack, one counter. The second high grade of Kung Fu we call people attack, you pair with an attack, or retaliate. But take two actions. Now then, even high grade of Kung Fu is that when the attack comes in, you retaliate same time, but you hit him first. In Chinese word, we call 后法先至. It means you started late, but you reached the destination first. Now this is still formal approach. the high grade of Kung Fu late to your life, you don't even talk about retaliation. It's a life vibration. The moment they touch you, they destroy by themselves. So, based on this, you can say the body vibrating literally the minimum vibration, but with the maximum result. So use the economical principle, minimum effort with maximum result. In that light, Bak Mei along with the many top-grade shouting systems can be called first-rate, or more superior to other type of approach. But people have to work hard. I always quote one word to students. Kung Fu means the result of accumulated efforts over a long time. And there is no shortcut. But in order to generate the kind of power from linked to your life's survival, then you have to go through all the basic trainings. For example, straightforward, non-stop push. And the approaches are from the formal training, and you come to doing internal training, what we call Qigong. And when you go through those training, then you can generate the kind of what we call the power of tremor. There's no shortcut. But you have to work on the principle rather than techniques. A lot of system things you can see the technique, you imitate, it won't work with us.
Dr. Wong, I notice a lot of herbs around, and also, what's this?
Well, this is a tool for beginners training in what we call the iron palm, and it's a liniment to condition the hand. So when we hit those back, you won't get hurt, but also get stronger. What's inside is the ball bearing. The steel ball bearing inside. And it's for beginners in our system before they generate the power of tremor. So they have something to protect themselves. But we do not consider iron palm training as one of the best in the system. Well, the reason being that when you train on one hand, usually they recommend one hand. Some choose a right hand or left hand. It's not full bodies developed. In order to generate the power of tremor, you need the whole bodies work in coordination. And those partial development, in the long run, may be detrimental to your health. So once you go through the first beginner stage, then you don't need to really work out on those things. You need to generate the power in the whole body. And there are 6 powers in the body. And 4 limbs, your head, and your body, and your head. They basically including the neck and teeth. And in the body, they basically talk about your belly element and also your back. So they nickname Bak Mei's back as a dragon's back, and the tiger belly a dragon's back.
What's the current status of Bak Mei in both Hong Kong and in the United States?
Well, that's a good question, because it has developed into influencing different countries now. We have people from Canada, US, Australia, and in Europe. It's going strong. So we are not dying, we are going strong, but steadily.
Thank you, Dr. Wong, for this interview and for bringing Bak Mei to the general public.
Glad to be here. Wish all the practitioners luck. Work hard.
On behalf of the Bak Mei Kung Fu Academy, I would like to invite you to come train with us. Be sure to watch for the other tapes in Master Wong's instructional series. Enjoy the tapes and train hard.